So we get the question all the time, why is my peach tree not producing? Or why is my peach tree failing? Why is it dying? And that's because a lot of the fruit trees like that, the peaches and some of their relatives, don't do well in our extreme cold temperatures here in Nebraska. Now the tree might look okay, but whenever we're looking at the timing of flowering or the formation of the buds, we actually can lose production at that point. Sometimes the tree is okay health-wise, but it just never produces. And that usually happens because of the death of the flower buds during the winter. Fruit trees typically form their flower buds in the late fall and overwinter them on the tree. And so whenever we get those extreme cold temperatures, what happens is that those buds can die if it gets cold enough, or if they're starting to open up and flower and we get a cold snap, they can die and you can lose your entire harvest that way. And I've heard people say that they've had peach trees for years and decades and have never gotten a harvest. Sometimes the tree can look damaged as well from the winter. What happens is a lot of the peach trees have a thinner bark than some of the other fruit trees. And whenever we have fluctuations in temperature in the winter, we get a lot of expansion and contraction, and the bark actually splits on those, and we get a lot of damage. So you might see that splitting, and you see like some sap running out, and we call that gummosis, like it gets really gummy. And that can be a point of entry for lots of diseases and insects. So that's one of the reasons that we actually tell people that peaches and some of their relatives aren't the best idea for Nebraska, because they just don't perform very well here. You want to look for another fruit, a similar fruit, and you want to really check that hardiness to make sure that we have hardiness for those fruit trees that are zone 5 usually. Or if you can find even lower, that would be better, because some of our winter temperatures can get low enough to do damage beyond those zones.